You ain't so bad for a runt. You got style. I figured joining up with you's my best shot of getting off of this rock. What you say? I'll kill for you.
I always wanted my own attack dog.
Senator Grell has been abducted. Witnesses report Grell was leaving a meeting when a heavily armed man took him prisoner.
Leave this in my hands. I promise not to let you down.
This is my father. I have to be there.
Your crimes are many, and your victims are gathering. We know your name, and we will come.
I'm not afraid of Barris. I'll have my revenge on him no matter what he accomplishes for himself.
Cypher. Station security reported what happened. The conspirators know who you are. They must have your full record. And they're recruiting your enemies.
If my identity goes public, I'll be hunted through half the galaxy.
I know. Oh, hold on. Transferring you to Keeper.
Apologies for the interruption, but we have a new lead. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 have been searching HoloNet records for conspirator activity. 3 billion lines of communication routing sequences and credit transfer verifications. They found traces of a holoconference held 6 months ago between Hunter and parties unknown.
Could he have been reporting to his superiors?
That is my hope. Unfortunately, this is only a record of the call, not the call itself. Even the Empire can't store every bit of data that crosses the HoloNet. A HoloNet archive does exist, however. The Titan Rings, a massive self-maintaining repository of all galactic communications.
What are the Titan Rings, exactly?
About a century ago, an entrepreneur cyberformed the Titan IV moon into an enormous databank designed to listen and record. It was operated by droids and protected by mercenary contract. Like all archives, it ran out of space. That's the Titan Rings, a fleet of wrecked starships salvaged for the purpose of data storage. They orbit the moon, still recording, still protected by the mercenaries.
You said the archive was founded by an entrepreneur. Who's behind it? What's the purpose?
No one knows. Most stories credit a Hutt richer than Sin or an Alderaanian noble who bankrupted himself setting it up. According to the mercenary contract, the information is to be preserved for historical use in a few centuries' time. In other words, no one gets their hands on it.
This can't be the first time someone realized the archive's value.
No, but negotiations aren't well received, and a full assault could damage the databanks. Cypher 8 died escaping our last infiltration. The conspirators' recording is located in Archive Node 803A, a derelict Imperial transport ruined in the Battle of Druckenwell. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 will guide you once you're aboard. I want that conference recording, Cypher. Keep it out.
How can I help you, Ensign?
I have a purely professional question for you, sir, if you don't mind my asking. When you lie to a woman over the course of a mission, make her think you're interested, does it bother you?
Any reason you're professionally interested?
Don't mistake me, I've been involved with plenty of the wrong men, but going in there was always the chance they'd work out. I don't know how I'd handle living one life in the field and another back at home. It must be exhausting.
Sometimes it's best to live in the moment. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Spoken like a true hedonist. So I should abandon my dreams of romance?
That's a question we should talk about over dinner sometime. What do you say?
That sounds lovely. For the record, we'd be defying all sorts of military protocols, and I won't be held responsible.
We'll just have to risk our careers.
Understood, sir. Then we have a lot to look forward to.
You wanted something, Vector?
We do not neglect our duties. We are Dawn Herald. We do this for the Nest. Agent, we've had another request from Fulner Eth, our ally inside the diplomatic service. We need to take a short leave.
We can spare you for a little while. What does Fulner want this time?
Fulner's stock is rising, but he needs further acclaim before he can push for a Killik Imperial alliance. He's asked us to visit a former Republic governor named Yogana Thanoth and win his cooperation by turning him into a joiner.
So you're supposed to strip a man of his individuality and make him part of the Nest?
We'd hoped Fulner wanted us for our diplomatic skills, not for this. The joining should be a gift, but we will find a way.
Whatever you decide, I'll back you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Everybody front and center.
You didn't mention we had a guest. Who's our large friend?
Torian's usually punctual.
Oh, let the kid have a day off. Better yet, wrap this up so I can get back to mine.
He told me he got a message from an old associate. They were going to meet at the cantina.
Out here? He tell you anything about this old associate?
Not really. You know Torian. You think this wasn't a friendly meeting?
He won't answer or can't answer. I don't like either.
Should we head to the cantina?
You're starting to bore me.
Who do you think you are?
Name's Skadge.
Skadge. Okay, interesting. Call me Mako.
This thing begging for a treat?
Skadge. Don't you worry, I've got it committed to memory.
So what's next?
Tormund still has a target for us to deal with.
You've been a busy boy. Too busy. You should spend more time with your loved ones before they're gone. I'm extending you an invitation. An opportunity to appreciate what you have before you lose it. But if the boy's less close to you than we thought, it really doesn't matter. There'll be plenty of other opportunities for us to meet. If you want a chance to say goodbye, come to Hoth. We won't wait long.
Torian, we've got to save him.
He's not the one they're after.
Well, maybe not, but who knows what they'll do to get your attention.
Hate to say it, but she's got a point.
So what are we gonna do?
Set a course for Hoth.
Right, let's do this.
Your digs ain't much to look at. Least it's roomy. What do you do for fun in this dump?
You're here to work. How you occupy your off time is your own problem.
Gonna be your problem real soon. On the inside, I got bored. Somebody got stabbed. Better keep me busy.
Stick with me and you won't be short on targets.
That's more like it.
What is it they say about curiosity again? Does it involve lavish paid vacations? Maybe Trando Shawnee flatcakes? So, I may have gone back into the SIS computers. Just a little.
SIS probably won't mind at all then. Seem like real understanding guys.
Sure. I mean, what could go wrong? Remember how I said I found birth certificates from my family? A dozen of them? Well, I found out that 10 of them also have death certificates.
I know you got your hopes up. Wish it had turned out better.
I'll get over it. Not like I haven't got tons of orphan experience already. I guess it's just me and Coral now. Well, on that cheery note, let's move on, huh?
I was starting to think we'd have to finish without you.
Buddy, you've got no idea what you just got yourself into.
You don't say. Why don't you come a little closer and explain it to me?
Ambush, run!
You aren't saying anything your friend doesn't already know. You know, Grand Champion, you've got talent. The Overseers would have scouted you eventually. We could have helped you make a real mark on the galaxy. Now you'll have to settle for your gaudy title and the price on your head.
Who are you working for?
We share a name you won't recognize. Geno Harridan. We solve the Republic's problems, remove troublemakers, keep things running smoothly. Bounty hunting isn't a game, whatever the Mandalorians think. It's serious business, with serious consequences. Consequences you're about to become intimately familiar with.
Sorry we're late.
Well, this is embarrassing. I owe you. Again. My turn to be bait, I guess.
Bet they wish they hadn't caught me now.
Loser's bet.
Hey, one of these creeps is still alive and kicking.
How? This should have been total overkill.
Despite what you think, the Great Hunt's no joke. There's a reason Mandalore made me his champion.
If this couldn't kill you, I don't know what would. I want out. I don't care how good the money is. It's not worth it.
It's too late for regrets.
Finished?
Grab your gear and get a move on. Mako, get back and pull together some data for our next target.
Got it. Be careful, you two. Glad to see you both made it back okay.
Welcome back, kid.
Siki pin sila kota kapota kinalo na pizza?
Thanks. We back on the hunt?
We'll head out after a little R&R. I think it's deserved.
Seconded.
One of Tormund's lackeys forwarded a star chart to a system called Voss. The place isn't even on most maps yet. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about Voss's discovery on the HoloNet, but it's pretty far-fetched stuff even for spacer superstition. The astrogation computer's updated and ready to go when you are.
You're back. Did you find your man?
We spoke to the Republic Governor. If you'll join us, we'll report the details to Fulner Eth.
My friends, it's been too long.
Fulner, we assume you've heard from Thenoth.
He contacted me from an Imperial transport. Apparently we promised to work with him. Not what I requested, but the service can make do.
There was no need to make him a joiner when he was amenable to discussion.
Your reputation in the diplomatic service is secure. Now, about our request.
You kept your promise. Thenoth's assistance resulted in my promotion. I will keep my promise to you. Some important people are waiting, Vector. They're very interested in a potential Killik alliance.
You arranged this?
As soon as I knew we could work together. Check the data I'm streaming to your main console.
Thank you, Fulner. Excuse us a moment, Agent.
It's like talking to a bug wearing a man's skin. I don't know how you stand it.
I don't understand. You helped him.
We're practical people, and we take the tools we're given. But those creatures are anathema to everything the Empire stands for. There's no place for great men in a hive mind. Only animal instinct. I'll be relieved when you people finish this scheme and get rid of the colony for good.
Agent, they listened. They don't understand yet, but they listened. The diplomatic service has requested my aid and wants to initiate relations with the colony.
Listen, Fulner Eth is keeping his deal, but he's repulsed by Killiks. We can't trust him.
He admits it? We always did get an odd sense from him. It's out of his hands now, though. We should watch him, but we'll be focused on the future.
I have completed analysis of my restraining codes. Although I cannot leave or cause you direct harm, I'm under no obligation to obey your commands.
In other words, you can't kill me, but I have to watch my back.
That is correct. I intend to proceed with my heuristic directive of self-improvement and intelligence upgrades. Cooperate willingly, and I may spare you pain when I am free.
I'm not averse to getting you off my ship, but I need reassurances.
The codes are distributed through my systems like venom in the bloodstream. You no longer control them. All you can do is hope for my forgiveness.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Forgive me, but as your sole medical officer, I have to point out that your eating habits have been less than satisfactory lately. Now, I'll take my share of the blame. I've been preoccupied making calls, catching up on what I've missed in the intelligence community. Still, the fact that people are trying to kill me does not excuse my neglect of your health.
I appreciate your concern, but you've done a fine job.
Says the child to the unstrict parent. But regarding my search, I do have some small amount of news. I've identified one of the assassins as an operative for Colonel Langor, a man with ties to the Imperial Science Bureau. The Bureau is also the likely origin of the other dead men whose genetic structure had been mutated. Weaponized humans.
What do you mean, weaponized humans? What's the Science Bureau doing?
Military research is the Bureau's purpose. Making humans stronger, faster, is one approach. Which reminds me, I'd like your permission to run some tests on Master Vector. I'm rather curious about a joiner's physiology, and Vector is keen to learn more about himself.
If it won't cause harm, I don't have any objections.
Wonderful. I'll let him know the good news. And of course, I'll keep you apprised.
What's going on, Ensign?
Sir, Dr. Loken's been filling in the gaps in my education. He has quite a few stories. Here's what puzzles me. I've always been taught to respect the chain of command, and yet you... How does anyone control a field agent?
You're really perturbed by this. Are you that used to pure obedience?
Yes, I am, and I don't think that's a bad thing. The Empire expects its operatives to make command decisions from the front line. That doesn't work.
All you can do is respond to each situation, right or wrong.
And live with the consequences. I don't want to do wrong, sir. My father ignored an edict from the Sith, and instead of facing his punishment, he ran. I won't repeat his mistake. Accidentally.
Have a little faith in yourself. If the time comes, you'll make the right call.
It's nice to hear you say that, sir. I'll stop troubling you about this. Back to the job, then.
Agent, we received a small gift from the diplomatic service in appreciation of our work with the Killiks. A package of wine, meat and breadfruit, all imported from the colony worlds. Not inexpensive, and a bit extravagant during wartime.
Aren't extravagant gifts part of the diplomatic process?
Maybe, but we'd rather they treated us as one of their own, not as a foreigner to be won over. In the meantime, you're welcome to help yourself. We may as well enjoy the taste of progress.
What do you have for me?
Encouraging news. Watch.
Don Herald, forgive the message, but our emissaries were out of reach and we couldn't wait to link with you. Imperial scout ships entered colony space and made contact yesterday. We traded in Membrosia, silk, and star maps. We could smell the men's fright, but they left in peace. Perhaps you were right after all.
A long way from a signed treaty, but it's a start.
It looks like your work is paying off.
So far. We're in touch with the diplomatic service as well. There's still resistance, but we're progressing. Killiks and Imperials may share space in our lifetime.
You know, sir, the Chiss Defense Force has a term for when a subordinate is entangled with his or her superior officer. It's considered an honorable and tragic state. If discovered, the lower-ranking officer is encouraged to go out in a blaze of glory.
You're not with the Defense Force anymore, and I'd rather you not martyr yourself.
I was so hoping you'd say that. Of course, according to Imperial naval tradition, a captain is expected to dine with his closest associates, male or female, once a month. It's a show of loyalty.
Ensign, it would be my pleasure if you joined me for a meal.
I'd enjoy that very much. I won't rush you, but somewhere planetside would be nice. Oh, there is one other thing, sir, and I don't mean to pry, but there won't be any trouble between you and Kaleo, correct? I'm just not entirely clear on your relationship.
Get Kaleo. I should have done this a while ago.
Yes, sir.
You're a freaking piece of work, Agent. You want her? Fantastic. Just leave me out from now on and don't get nostalgic.
Is everything all right?
No one's going to keep us apart.
Thank you. I hope we deserve each other.
Got a few minutes? Maybe you could give me a few pointers on my pistol technique.
Guns and my favorite girl? Sign me up.
You're so cute when you're thinking about shooting stuff. Because actually, I just wanted to show off. I've got a new shot, and I can't wait for you to see it. In fact, I'm sort of looking forward to seeing it in action myself. So what do you think?
Ought to try it out on a real target, I think.
Couldn't have suggested better myself. Let's move. I kind of want to shoot something now.
You got crummy taste and company. Had enough with that skinny broad and the little twerp trying to walk tall. But I don't get how that squeaking thing in the belly-aching dandy ain't become target practice yet. How'd a hard case like you get tangled up with such a bunch of dainties?
It'd be a mistake to underestimate any of my crew.
Yeah? I ain't buying it. None of your tag-alongs would have lasted 2 minutes with any of my crowd.
I can't picture you as a people person.
Sitting around by myself. Ain't much of a party. Had a good thing going back on Coruscant. Empire shook that place up real good. No law. Just unclaimed turf. And millions of dregs clawing at each other for the scraps. One big round-the-clock brawl. Shame it didn't last.
The Republic sent in the troops?
Pecking order got sorted out, gangs formed, party ended. Still, turf wars were fun. My gang was top of the pack. Black Sun were killers to the core. Not like those lazy, stinking Hutts. Wonder what they've been doing since I got nabbed. Gotta go find me something to break.
Never thanked you. Not making a big deal over me taking off. Good to see my brothers are still alive. Corridan owes me 50 credits.
Never leave a debt, Torian.
He's good for it. Been meaning to ask something. Mandalore tell you the race Ulnare when you were adopted into his clan?
There was a lot of stuff in Mandalorian. Could have been talking about the weather for all I know.
Sorta what I thought. Race Ulnare means 6 actions. The core of Mandalorian life. Speaking the language is a big one. I could teach you, if you're up for it.
I probably ought to know what my people were saying about me.
Have to find some time later, then.
Mo kila klunki, yat, ambumpa borsuda.
Go ahead, Blizz.
Sita hupa. Yuna lista chanagawa, chi, kaspeina kontrinka. Tahusula, kihe shatang, kukadurima bana.
I appreciate the gesture.
Domjen baba yasa rubaksi bati aroko? Chesko yaskia chanaga, bumpa konchinka. Magusa no pachonki fa, guta jioto, India.
What makes them irreplaceable?
Flipa nega tweety, hey, boka tonko, wana wanga. Tunta zuza nerko, higata loya, okata uzazul.
Just try not to get your hopes up, alright?
Iknapanga! Taponka utmangisa, chobod I kafuanchawa.
So, what do you know about Hilo Viz?
I've heard the name. She was some big-time spacer, wasn't she?
You could put it that way if you're partial to understatement. She broke the Mandalorian blockade at the Hydian Way. You know, the one that strangled Coruscant and dashed a full-scale Jedi assault. And it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart, either. Credits were involved. A lot of them.
She's single?
I heard that.
No, she's dead. According to the rumors, anyway. Most think the Hutts were behind Hilo's disappearance, but anyone who knew her could tell you they'd have better odds winning a marathon. No, she's still out there. Somewhere.
Why the sudden interest in a long-lost spacer?
Hilo was my old partner. More than that. That blockade run was the last thing we ever did together. Like I said, a lot of credits were involved. When I saw the opportunity, I took off and left Hilo holding the bag. Stupid.
You double-crossed your own girlfriend?
Technically, she wasn't my girlfriend when I double-crossed her. I was young and naive and maybe a little afraid of commitment. I didn't know what I lost until it was gone. Listen, I found out that an old associate from that blockade run is still around and kicking, a mutual acquaintance. I owe Hilo one last visit. If he knows where she's been laying low all this time, I've got to track him down.
I must admit, I'm not sure what the average Trandoshan lifespan is.
I do believe I'm really feeling the benefits of some fresh air and exercise. Who would have thought? And your delightful company has been most beneficial.
I'm glad I met you, Theron.
I've refitted my equipment and streamlined Holiday's programming even further. Hopefully we should be of greater use to you. Besides, I should showcase my best work. Even in the thick of battle, you never know who's watching.
Political campaigning's heating up back home. Malin Fiskin was rivaling me in the polls, but decided what to do. About that evidence, Fiskin took an Imperial bribe. Leaked it through the HoloNet. Hundreds of Fiskin's supporters switched to me.
No doubt they see Fiskin as a traitor.
Fiskin's preparing a speech to regain lost ground. Got a very talented speechwriter. He could still turn this around. I could ensure Fiskin's speechwriter has an accident. Non-fatal accident.
No accidents. You could address the Balmoran people first, and steal Fiskin's momentum.
Public speaking's not my forte.
It's easy. Relax, be honest. Let them get to know you.
This is me. I'll let you know how it goes.
I was hoping you'd have time for a quick strategy session. I was running a few scenarios. Repelling a boarding party, what if someone gets captured, stuff like that. I was wondering what your preferred tactics are.
Why waste time, Lieutenant? Better to strike to the heart of the matter.
There is another scenario I haven't solved yet. Say a soldier found himself captivated by a superior force. What should he do?
If he truly wanted the upper hand, he would have to exploit any chance he was given.
You know what? It was pretty disrespectful of me to say that. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're a Jedi Master.
A female Jedi Master, who has thoughts and feelings that have nothing to do with the Force.
I thought maybe I felt this way because I was still dealing with Hoth, but Hoth's over and that feeling's still here. I look at you and it's like I can see the places you've been, the mark you've left. I want to know more. It's not right to see a Jedi that way, but I do.
The Force binds all things. Does acknowledging that bond make it evil?
Well, let's see. Something new for you to meditate on.
Of course. Who else would come? So my untraceable engine only bought time. That's fair. I'm Stark. I've gained so much from your senator.
Grell's of no further use to you. Let him go.
Why would you want him now?
Father, get up! We came to save you!
He's not there. He didn't take my questions well. I learned a lot. About an Eshkar horde in a prison. The First Son will want that.
Tell me what the First Son's real name is.
I'm not good with names, since I lost mine. I was once a great Sith, but I looked into the abyss. I followed the children, and the First Son found out. The scalpel and bright lights took my name. Now I serve as Stark.
Stop it! Stop talking! You hurt my father. You don't deserve to live.
You need to remain calm.
Don't tell me to calm down!
I was ordered to study you, Jedi. Combat techniques, disposition, history. You're interesting. You're studious, like me. Learning. If I kill you, I might earn my name back.
For a while. No, it's okay. Father, I can heal you. See? My powers can save you. No! Not now! Come on! Father! Don't leave me!
Your father is one with the Force now, Nadia.
This is a bad dream. Or a test? Some Jedi test?
Everything's a test.
You did this! Something like you shouldn't outlive my father!
Killing him would betray everything you believe in.
You don't understand. If I don't take justice for his death, my people, they'll turn against our family. All Father's good work in the Senate, lost. I won't let that happen. Not for this thing.
Your father stood for cooperation and peace. Would he want you to murder for him?
No, but for our family. What do I do?
Master, you're sending me away again.
He's gone. I let him go. And my family's disgraced.
You showed mercy and integrity. Senator Grell would be proud.
I wish I could believe that. I'm sorry, Father. We tried. Watch over us. I still need you. You shouldn't stay here any longer. Please, would you? I can't lift him alone.
We have convened to offer the condolences of the Jedi Order on the passing of Senator Tobus Grell.
Nadia, your father was a great ally. We hope you'll continue his noble efforts to guide your people into the Republic.
I'll try, Master SWTOR. I don't think anyone will listen to me.
Senator Grell's body is aboard, but he should be laid to rest.
We'll make all the arrangements to send him home.
There is another matter. Senator Grell's will was left in our care, and one portion concerns both of you.
To the Institute of Xenozoology, if they can display it. But finally, my most important concern. My dear Nadia. She is so gifted. But these children of the Emperor are both gifted and trained. Therefore, I ask Nadia be accepted for a Padawan's training, and taught by the SWTOR of the Jedi Order.
We've had time to discuss it, and we consent for Nadia to become your Padawan.
It should be a joint decision.
Of course! I mean, thank you for the honor.
Nadia, a Padawan begins with a vow to honor her master and the Jedi Code.
Oh, then I, promise to follow the Jedi Code and respect my master and listen to her lessons.
I believe you have a great future in our order.
This is everything Father wanted. He'd be so happy.
This proves what the blasted Empire's capable of. The Eshkar won't be enough. We need more. Something extraordinary.
Duan, every crazy spacer has a story about Voss and those mystics. You want to fight the Empire with legends?
Don't dismiss him out of hand. Maybe he's onto something.
Rumor says Voss is home to Force sensitives called mystics, who can heal any injury and see the future, counter any plan. It's got to be exaggerated, but if there's any truth to it, these mystics might swing a Republic victory.
Hopefully the mystics are willing to discuss an alliance.
If you truly believe you must go to Voss, be wary. Those mystics may use the Force, but they don't know our ways.
Good luck. Senator Grell's death should not be in vain.
Sorry, I'm still... Everything's so hard. I keep thinking Father's gonna walk in and say, "Cheer up, Nadia. The sun shines on a smile." Like I was a child. I hated it. Now I just want to hear it again.
I would have done anything to save him.
It wasn't your fault. I want to stop hurting. I want to be like you. You're so composed.
You need to come to terms with your grief before you take on new challenges.
I should focus on being your Padawan, rather than anything else.
Master, I have exciting news. A trail of corpses, all slain the same as the Lightside Sith I found, has led me to the perpetrator. His name is Lord Sentence. He's been secretly hand-chosen by the Dark Council to eradicate any and all Sith who are not pure. He operates with impunity. No one is above his judgment. It makes my mouth water just thinking about such power.
Your abilities would be very helpful to his task.
That's what I was thinking. He's already accused and destroyed so many traitors. It's a mystery to me how he has been so prolific without my special power. But I've reached out to him, and he has granted me an audience.
That's good news, Jacer. I'm sure he will see the sense of employing you to help carry out his work.
I love that you're not jealous. Through him, I'll quench my need to purify the Sith and be back in my quarters every night. Or in yours. This is my destiny. The purpose of my power, I know it. Now, I'm meeting him shortly. Leave a light on for me.
You know, I think I'm getting better at this whole fighting thing. Watching you pick targets for all those hours must have been useful after all.
You can learn many things from watching my example.
I'll work on my glaring and tromping around next.
What's on your mind, Brunmark? The thrill of choking off that first life. I'll never forget it. It was your destiny. Without them, you wouldn't serve me now.
Got a few leads on the old Black Ops team. Republic won't let the Bastion go easy. It'll take all of us to claim it. Best to start with Lieutenant Tenido, weapons man. Could turn a hyperdrive into a gun turret if he wanted. Lets it all go to his head, of course. Can't open his mouth except to brag about Black Ops and our wins.
I assume he has the talent to back up his talk.
Tenido's a genius. The Bastion will only make him worse. Took a while to track Tenido down, but he's stationed on Hoth. Finally got a clear comm signal today. You're welcome to listen in. After a few months defrosting blasters, Tenido's probably in rare form.
And then he had me forcibly removed from the armory. Over a few flash grenades. Weapons master indeed.
And after you calibrated all the assault rifles for him too. Shame about those cadets though.
Yes, that was unfortunate. But how was I to know those rifles were for training? They really should use slaves. Anyhow, that's how I ended up on Hoth. Scraping ice from blaster barrels and reheating ammunition. Pathetic.
On Korriban, we use certain officers for target practice.
Then again, Hoth has its charms. The ice crystals form some marvelous patterns.
Maybe you should start tinkering again. Get that weapon you built for the Bastion out of storage.
You know very well that weapon's finished. It's waiting for the assault that will never happen.
The Lieutenant volunteered your entire team.
We've got clearance from General Racton. The Bastion's ours for the taking.
Then it's fallen into place. The Bastion. After all these years. I'll get back to base and start making arrangements. When I have the weapon, I'll contact you.
Tenido doesn't like to waste time. He'll have that weapon quick as a Minox wings. Just in time, too. Let the man idle any longer, and he might do some real damage.
I look forward to seeing Tenido unleashed.
Should be a show. Like to see the size of his head after this one. Tenido's weapons will help, but we'll need more than firepower for this one. Assault this big takes reinforcements too. Get back to you about those.
My lord, I've been dealing with a situation that's getting out of hand. Moff Broysk contacted the ship and was incensed to find me at the helm. He's been sending recorded messages that are progressively more nonsensical. He's always been scattered and aggressive, but now he seems completely unhinged.
He hates you, Quinn, and now he finds that you're flourishing again.
It plagues me if I am the reason he's become unbalanced. Tens of thousands of soldiers and some of our most critical campaigns are at the mercy of his commands.
The man is a liability.
I find myself agreeing with you. You?
Is Darth Barras cross with me? Whatever I've done, I'll undo it.
Maybe you haven't heard. Barras and I are no longer associates. I'm here to find General Greast and Armageddon Battalion.
Oh, I know where they are. But, Barras expressly told me their assignment is a secret and that he'd kill me if I told anyone.
You're in a tough spot, aren't you? Because if I don't get what I want, same result.
But if I do, dead if I don't. But if I don't, I'm dead right now, so I guess I do. General Greast and his men have been ordered to sit tight in a cave system not far from here. Here are the coordinates. Barras choked out Commander Lanklin via hollow. What, do you suggest I do the next time Barras calls?
Just don't answer. Make him come here to kill you.
Ah, right. I'll do you one better. AWOL has a nicer ring to it than dead. So long, my lord.
General, the men are getting antsy. We got geared up for Corellia, where the real fighting is. Instead, we're protecting these caves from Wampus.
I understand, Captain, believe me. Try to keep the men in line and battle ready. I have to assume our greater purpose here will be revealed. The order to hole up came from the highest authority.
I'm here to rescind that order, General. You must take Armageddon Battalion to Corellia immediately.
My orders are from Darth Barras himself. On whose authority are you operating?
Darth Barras won't be in charge for long. When he goes down, those who followed him will be judged accordingly.
General, I served under you at the cleansing of Nopsin.
I remember you, Pierce. Also remember promoting Fenter here instead of you.
Made the right decision. I'd never be satisfied riding your coattails. Some friendly advice. People who don't listen to my lord end up dead.
I don't respond well to threats.
I will kill you, General, and down the chain of command until someone in Armageddon Battalion does as I say.
Captain.
Yes, General.
Make ready the men. We're moving out for Corellia.
Yes, sir.
There, Sith. Happy now?
Time will tell, Greast. You'll see you did the right thing. Now get moving.
You're looking well for someone I blew up. Your slaves put up a decent fight, too. Darth Barras and I will put them to good use. Barras is the true voice of the Emperor, you know. Soon he'll claim his rightful title.
I now work for the Emperor's hand, and Barras is in direct defiance of the Emperor's will.
Lies will not save you, friend. Barras held back when training you, but he taught me everything. And Darth Vengeance showed me dark side secrets even Barras doesn't know.
You're deluding yourself. There's nothing I don't know.
Barras thinks years ahead, friend. He knew before he even took you on that you would be his patsy. I, on the other hand, have been groomed to be his general from the start. To make sure you stay dead this time, I'm taking your head.
Get to it, then.
I'm ready for you.
Take cover.
Ah, you think you're doing well. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I have a secret. I can't be killed.
Are you trying to tell me you're immortal?
I've been gutted, bled dry, jettisoned into space. I survived and grew stronger. Hurt me. I welcome it.
Permit me to test that statement.
Persistent. It's time I stop prolonging this. All right. You must be the luckiest being in the galaxy. But Darth Barras will see that luck run out.
Vengeance is served.
He'll burn to a crisp down there. I could shoot him and put him out of his misery, but why?
The more painful his death, the better.
Like your style, my lord. I'll make sure the others are patched up and ready for flight.